This is Algebra 2, Chapter 6, Section 4, in which we will be studying nth roots. We've worked with square roots before. Square root of 9 is 3, the square root of 49 is 7, things of that sort. You can do higher powered roots, and collectively we call these things nth roots. We're talking third root, fourth root, fifth root, 12th root, 80th root. Let's not get carried away. But you could do 80th root. Okay. And the idea is if a to the n is equal to b, then a is the nth root of b. All right. If 2 to the fourth power is 16, then 2 would be the fourth root of 16. Mathematically, we use a symbol that looks kind of like a square root, but it has a little number on the inside of it to represent the nth root. If we were doing the fourth root, like we talked about here just a second ago, then there would be a little 4 right there. Okay. There's a button on your calculator that does this for you, but again, I'm going to have to show you individually where that button is and how to use it because every calculator is a little bit different. I'll be more than happy to do that with you, show you how to find that button, how to get the information into there so that your calculator does the work for you. Just ask. I'll be more than happy to sit down with you on that. This number n that's in here, whatever number it is called the index of the radical. And it's important to know if there's not a number there, it's assumed to be a 2 because you're doing a square root and the square power is 2. Now, sometimes when you're working with these things, it's possible to get more than one answer. You'll get a positive or a negative something. If they don't ask you specifically for positive or negative, you need to assume you're looking for the non-negative answer in those cases. And your book makes a big deal of calling it the principal root. I just want you to see that terminology more than anything else. Okay. Let's do a little simplifying. We're going to start with a couple of square root ones to get you comfortable, and then we'll do some nth root ones after that. All right, we have positive or negative, the square root of 36 x to the 10th. Well, we know the square root of 36 is 6. Remember we said if there's not a number here, it's understood to be a 2. If it helps you to remember that, you can put a 2 here and it won't be wrong. If we have x to the 10th and we're taking the square root of that, 10 divided by 2 gives me x to the 5th. Square root of 36 was 6, x to the 5th, and it said positive or negative, so I bring a positive or negative down with it. Okay. Here they specifically say they want the negative version of the square root of some stuff to the 16th, y plus 7 to the 16th. Okay. Remember again, there's a 2 here. 16 divided by 2 leaves me the 8th power, and they said bring a negative down, so I did. Negative of y plus 7 to the 8th. Now, we said in some cases you can get more than one answer and you have to worry about the non-negative version. The rule is if your index is even and the result is an odd power, then you need to make sure you're not dealing with a negative answer. So you need to use absolute values to make sure what you get is actually a positive answer or not negative. Okay. We didn't have to worry about that one on this one. We had an even index of 2, and we got an odd power of 5 at the end. But they wanted a positive and a negative, so it didn't really matter. We could put the absolute values in, but it's not necessary here. Now consider this guy. The 6th root of 64 Stoff to the 18th. Now, like I said on the earlier slide, I'm going to have to help you with the calculator part to get this. So for now, I'm going to ask you just to trust me that the 6th root of 64 is indeed 2. And again, I'll show you that on your calculator. Just raise your hand and I'll come and help you with that issue. Stuff to the 18th. 18 divided by 6 gives me stuff to the 3rd. Even index, odd powered result. I need absolute values to make sure it's not negative. Okay. Now compare that to this one. The 5th root of 243 Stoff to the 10th. Again, trust me on the arithmetic part. The 5th root of 243 is 3. Stuff to the 10th, 10 divided by 5 gives me stuff squared. This was an odd index, so this rule doesn't apply. I don't need absolute values, and in fact, I don't want absolute values. Okay? The only time I have to worry about it is with an even index and then an odd result. Odd index, could care less. Don't want them, don't need them, it would be wrong to put them. Okay? So nth roots, fairly straightforward stuff. Just make sure you keep this rule in mind. And remember to ask me about your calculator. I'll be happy to show you, but I can't show you if you don't remind me about it. And if you had questions along the way, hope you wrote those down, bring them in to ask, and we will see you in class.